You're live, bro. I'll be on 1 second.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Dynamite Recap Show with the Elite Mob podcast. We're just waiting on Mob Miz to come back, and then we'll get started shortly. I'm going to go ahead and hit this up on Twitter and share it. If you're on Twitter right now, I would appreciate a share.
I'm here, bro, too. So right after you do that, you can start. I'm about to sit down.
Okay, hold on.
I shared the link to the wall, bro.
All right. This is the AEW Dynamite episode for 4/23/2025. First thing that happens is Tony Schiavone introduces Master P to the ring. Um, P comes up to the ring and calls out the ops, or calls up the ops. He doesn't call them out, but after they come out, Samoa Joe gets in the ring and grabs the mic. Then the Death Riders come out, and Death Riders end up getting beaten up, and John Moxley's getting choked out by Samoa Joe. Then the Young Bucks come out to help out the Death Riders. And then that's when Swerve's music hits. Swerve comes out to help. And then you got Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega comes to help too. Then Joe, after Death Riders and Young Bucks retrieve, uh, Joe grabs the mic again and he basically says, "Hey, now you wanted me, Moxley. Now you got me." And they make a challenge, and we're gonna have a match. It's gonna be John Moxley versus Samoa Joe at Spring Break, or not Spring Break, Beach Break. My bad. But
A lot of breaks.
Yep. All right. So, what'd you think about the first opening segment there?
Um, I enjoyed it. It was, shit ton of stuff to dissect in that segment. First of all, big shout out to Master P. I was a huge No Limit fan growing up, so that's from. I remember him in WCW with the Army gear. So the promo, I liked it. Joe been absolute. He's killed everything probably since the minute he stepped into AEW. So I love the promo. I think they kept a lot of their, it was a way to put a lot of them people on TV tonight. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite part of it was probably Kenny coming out with the chair in front in front of the Bucks.
Yeah.
But overall,
Once
yeah,
his music
you
hit,
hit,
yeah, I loved it.
yeah. Something in my mind tells me he's eventually gonna really be with them again. But for now, it's
Maybe.
entertaining. I want to see where it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that
We got somebody
the one thing
in
too?
the chat.
Your connection is
Hey,
getting
what
crazy blurry. I don't know if it's an adjustment in your
is it?
camera.
Uh, well, how about you read that chat and well, I can't really jump out, can I? Because of the YouTube thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah, jump out.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I would
Okay.
do. Well, if you could reconnect it that way, yeah, jump out and just jump back in. But I would say try to adjust it first without that, because I can hear you fine. It's just kind of for some reason like the visual is just bad right now.
Yeah, it seems kind of blurry.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's blurry. But the thing that was written,
Let me see if I can
everyone. Hey, what's
refresh.
up, Juan? Yeah, everyone has an opinion came through and said, What's good, y'all? Really solid episode of Dynamite tonight. Absolutely. Amazing episode of Dynamite tonight. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. Let's see how long it took to bounce back in. I think he should be able to jump right back in. Here he comes. There you go. It's a lot better now.
Okay, cool.
All right. I read off what Juan said. I'll read it again because I don't think you heard me. But Juan said, "What's good, y'all? What up, Juan? Really solid episode of Dynamite tonight. Absolutely. They've been hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah. What's up, Warren? Yeah. Really solid show tonight. We'll give our match rating at the end of the episode, but it's going to be a high one for me tonight for sure. So
For sure.
I love this episode. So let's
For sure.
continue with next. Renee backstage with the patriarchy. Christian Cage takes credit for Nick Wayne's championship win and says something about being with Nick Wayne's mom the night before. And Nick Wayne's like, see what happens when we go through an actual plan, though, and tries to get his title. He tries to snatch it from Christian because Christian's holding it and Christian keeps it. So, but this builds up more heat between Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. So, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
First of all, another guy that's knocked everything out the park from the minute he stepped into AEW. Enjoyed it. The tension is getting crazy.
Yeah.
I seen something tonight that, and I know it could just be me wanting what I want, but I'm gonna tell you what I seen tonight, right?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Obviously, you kind of see Sabian's look right now, right? You see Mother Wayne all black. Nick Wayne, I can tell is under character development. Like he's getting good with the mic and the promos and stuff like that. We knew where he was in the ring. I'm just talking strictly like promo wise. Can they be part of the new Brood?
I mean, I guess they could be.
All in black. Sabian got the black eyeliner going. Mother Wayne in all black. Maybe Christian just turns them heel and gets the viciousness out of them. I'd rather see that than them split. I think I'd rather see that. Put Copeland and Gangrel with them, make them the new Brood. It gives you your new twist. It puts younger talent in the group to be able to push when Copeland leaves and be able to continue on that legacy of that. If so, you want to do that. I also think that dark, ominous side might give Nick Wayne something to really get him to where he needs to go right now. So
I like how your mind works, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if I seen them wanting to split versus I see him wanting to get Nick Wayne to turn a little, turn to the dark side. Might be what I want to see more than but I'm here for everything to do with that, with what they're doing with that. I enjoy it and I want to see where it goes for sure.
Yeah, that's a very interesting look on it, and I like your thought process through that, man. That'd be cool as heck to have a bigger Brood,
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
I'm definitely. I think that them all being in black, I just seen something, and I don't know if they did it on purpose because it could just be like projecting a heel turn, or it could just be coincidence, right? I just, with the way they look tonight, and the anger that I see coming out of Nick Wayne in these promos, I feel like he might be able to be the next, like the new wave of the Brood, like the new leader when the old ones leave. Like he might be that guy. I think I'd rather see that. Like I said, it might be the little kid in me just wanting that Brood thing, but I feel like I seen it. Like you can easily do it with them. Instead of splitting them, turn them. Just follow the dark side. That's it.
I think you'd be a good booker, to be honest with you. Yeah.
I mean, listen.
I see it.
Yes.
But
I'm here if anybody ever wants to reach out. My DM is open. You can take my ideas right now. Feel free.
All right, so third we get our first match starting. We get Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe. Got the crowd chanting "Ricochet is bald" over and over again at the beginning. Um,
He's
and
he's so over in the wrong way right now. It's
yeah,
crazy.
I
It's
know
good heat though. Good heat.
this is so he keeps playing in the cowardly heel at the beginning of the match, like he's going in between the work, oh don't hit me and stuff, just to get that maybe a sneak in. Um, Mark Briscoe whoops Ricochet's butt with Redneck Kung Fu and a cannonball to the outside. That was a pretty gruesome one. It's pretty cool. Ricochet takes back control on the apron until Mark Briscoe kicks him right in the face, and Ricochet goes down again. Uh, Ricochet uses the ref as a shield. He's doing all sorts of heelish stuff, like cowardly stuff, and then gets a blind side to Mark Briscoe. And then we got uh, a valley driver and a sliding lariat to Ricochet from Mark Briscoe. And then you got a springboard 450 from Ricochet after that. So they're going back and forth quite a bit now.
Yeah.
And Mark Briscoe gets the 3 count by a roll up pin. Then after the match, Ricochet hits Briscoe with a chair, and Ricochet grabs the gold scissors, but then Kevin Knight comes to the rescue to save Mark Briscoe. So a lot of stuff happened with this match and right after too. So what did you feel about the match?
First thing, just because I know he's not part. Kevin Knight is being booked properly and strong since he got there. But onto the match, Ricochet right now is like he's getting all the right good heat. He's like he reminds me of like the dastardly cartoon villain. You know, like
Yes.
I see someone post earlier. He's literally a walking meme. He is right now. You know, like
Everything he does, yeah. Yeah.
everything. Um, and I think taking a couple losses actually helps the development of this character he has going.
Yeah.
It also was great to see Briscoe get a win. These them
Yeah, it was good.
it was right.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, oh, Briscoe got to take another one when he won.
I'm like, nope.
As much as I
Yeah,
love Ricochet, I was happy
I
that
like Mark Briscoe, man.
yeah,
He's one of my favorites.
yeah, exactly. So I think that their chemistry in the ring was awkwardly great because like Ricochet's kind of looked as more like an acrobat, not personally from me, but
Yeah.
I would say Briscoe's more of a brawler. But I have a question: who can take moves better than Ricochet? Is there anybody in wrestling that can take moves better than him?
As far as selling,
See, I mean, as far
yeah,
as just
he's really good at taking the moves. Yeah,
listen,
he sells it. Yeah.
yeah, like and that's where people don't understand where they think some of these guys are just like acrobats and stuff.
I'd
It,
say Will Ospreay gives him a run up for his money.
I'd
Will
say
Ospreay sells pretty well.
I would
Yeah.
say the more athletic you are, the just the better you're taking moves, and you're
Yeah.
also probably taking them in a way where it's probably not as devastating as if you wasn't as athletic.
Right.
But the way he takes moves is literally crazy. Both of these guys, put on a show, good match. I really liked what they did at the end with Knight coming out, keeping him strong on TV. Um, the stare down and the run at the end of it, come on,
Yeah.
man. Like he's killing it, bro. That's why I told you, just reminded me like the dastardly cartoon villain. The way he looked at him, there's a meme
Right.
coming. It's probably already out. The way he ran, there's probably somebody throwing that on a green screen right now, adding that to some type of video game
Yeah.
graphic.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. We'll probably see it before this is up.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
but all in all, great match. I think we said everything, probably unless you got anything to add. Um, I loved it. There was nothing bad to say about this. I mean, some people
No,
might be mad Ricochet lost, but I have no problem with Briscoe
I'm
getting.
not.
I'm not.
Yeah.
As much as I love Rico,
Ricochet's playing the cowardly heel right now, and sometimes those type of heels will take pins from
that's
time to
how
time.
I said the Dastardly cartoon.
Yeah.
They can take a bunch of losses, but
Yeah.
they're gonna get their wins. The point is, it's entertaining until they decide that they want to put gold on him. and probably are going a different direction. But right now, he's playing somewhere where he never played before. He's always played in the ring. Right now, I think his main focus might be the development of what he's doing.
Right.
He knows he's good in the ring.
Yeah. As far as the villainy thing, he's kind of acting like Sylvester the cat, you know, going after Tweety Bird a little bit.
You see what I'm
So,
saying? Like that's
yeah.
and I love
Yeah.
it. Like I
Heck yeah.
don't know, it could be the kid in me, but I love what's going on with him. He knows
Yeah,
what
for
he's doing.
sure. Before we move on, we'd love to hear you guys' opinions. If you want to hit up the comment section, go ahead, and we'll read into them and stuff. And yeah, well, so don't be scared to chat with us,
Yep.
okay? Because
Send
we'd
any-
love to hear from you. So
There's
all
20
right,
plus people in here right now so far.
awesome.
We
All
do
right,
have one question that was on Facebook. We'll read off, but we'll read it off a little later in the show.
okay, all right.
I mean Facebook from Twitter. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, when did we start live on Facebook, bro?
Ain't live on Facebook. I can't
Yeah.
even get on my Facebook account.
All right. So Tony Schiavone's standing in the ring again, and he tries welcoming FTR, but then gets cut off by Big Stokely Hathaway. So and then Stokely Hathaway introduces FTR to the ring, or the arena. My bad. FTR sticks to their feelings on turning heel. They don't feel bad. They're still going with what they originally said at the beginning of why they did it. So. Uh, yeah, FTR calling out the Rock and Roll Express because they're sitting out in the crowd. So they get Rock and Roll Express into the ring just to disrespect them. And that's when Stokely reveals that he has a T-shirt, and the T-shirt reads FTR, Living Legend Killers. And then then they start attacking Rock and Roll Express. Then Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong come out to the rescue, and it seems like they got a new name. Maybe did you catch that on
Well,
their shirts and stuff?
yeah, the Paragon. Technically, they did start that trio and do it before Cole got injured, and then I think they got away from it and they
Yeah.
did a whole bunch of other stuff. But
So,
they trademarked that maybe over a year ago. I know that for sure. But I did see that, and they also separated them from Taven and Bennett, which
yeah, right.
honestly, I hate it right now that they just separated them the way they did. But yeah, they did separate them. They're back to being the Kingdom. I seen they're returning to ROH.
Yeah.
And Paragon would be with the
Paragon.
going by.
See the kind of the font with the shirt was kind of messing with me, I guess, and it was kind of going fast, so I thought it said Dragon. So I was like, oh, maybe they're bringing back the Dragon name.
Oh no, hold on. Maybe Kyle O'Reilly did have one that said Dragon. I don't know if maybe you see his shirt.
I'm not sure. It was going by pretty fast, and that's what I thought I saw.
Because remember, he does like that name would probably reflect more. Maybe each shirt had their own type of thing on it. I honestly was in and out the room cooking, so I didn't actually see the shirts. I just knew the name because I remember when they trademarked it.
Right. Okay. So they did have the name change though. So
Yeah,
it's official.
it's updated on the page. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that answers my question because I was like, I didn't know they changed it like that or separated already. I did see the ROH and them going with Undisputed Kingdom, but I thought it was just that's Undisputed Kingdom still. So yeah.
I mean, maybe they still have like some branch type of thing going, but they definitely shifted them to a trio right now for sure.
Yeah. All right, got anything else to add on to that segment or anything?
First of all, if you see my tweet right when they showed Rock and Roll Express, I told them to run out the building because I kind of knew what was about to come, and it's because those two still go, man. Shout out to the Rock and Roll Express.
Taking bumps.
You know they still wrestle on the indies and stuff.
Yeah.
Still, like you could still pull up matches with them. So shout out to those two legends, Rock and Roll Express. The promo, loved it. Hail FTI is the best version of FTI. You remember I was begging
The Cash Wheeler
Y-
is
Yeah,
starting to promo well. Like it's getting better.
yeah.
So because he started out and then Dax jumped on. So
Yeah. Dax is crazy on the microphone as a heel. Like,
yeah, he's always been. Yeah.
yeah, Cash comes off cocky and it works for a heel, but Dax just comes off like he's just a super villain.
Yeah.
I do like that. One thing I want to say about Stokely, I'm gonna apologize to Stokely so he can unblock me. Right? I've been
Right.
blocked for like 2 years. Bro, I just tagged you and said you look like Marshall Falk. It's not that serious. Feel free to unblock me. I mean, and if you've seen them two in the room before together, let me know. Look at the picture. I see why he blocked me. He did not want that to go viral. But I apologize. I'll delete the picture. You unblock me. No harm. Right? Now, as far as the Paragon, I like what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna get a big push. I expect Adam Cole to come out of this looking like the old Adam Cole that people thought he couldn't be again.
Right.
I just don't like the separation without explanation. You know? So
Right. That was my main concern. Is like, and then I noticed the shirts and stuff. I was like, okay, they just had a name change.
but
It wasn't.
remember this though. I did say I want Wardlow to come back by himself, and I don't mind no explanation. So if the end result is you want to get rid of it, 'cause you want to bring Wardlow back, no explanation, I'm fine with it. You know,
Yeah, I don't. I actually didn't. Uh, I didn't appreciate, I guess, the Wardlow being a part of the group in the first place.
hated it.
'Cause he was already on his own, and he had won the TNT championship like 2 or 3 times. So uh, I'd rather see Wardlow as a singles competitor.
I don't think
So
he got a good run with that belt anytime neither. It was like weird runs. So yeah,
right,
I'd agree. I didn't want Wardlow in that group to begin with either.
yeah. Okay. So now we have our second match of the night. It's going to be the Young Bucks versus Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. Uh, Mike Bailey and Matt Jackson start off the match. At the beginning, the Young Bucks show off great teamwork. Like they're serious and came
They
to
look
play.
like they're in the best shape of their life right now.
Yeah, man, they got shredded, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight quickly take back control at the ringside. Nick Jackson hits a moonsault from the apron onto Kevin Knight to the outside. Then we get that commercial break. Then when it returns, they're all inside the ring again, and Bailey does a backflip on Matt Jackson on the outside from the apron, while at the same time Kevin Knight hits pretty much like a frog splash on the inside to Nick Jackson on the inside of the ring. So and then Kevin Knight hits his double DDT and then gets to the top rope, and then that's when Ricochet grabs his foot. Ricochet interference. Um, then the Bucks hit their EVP trigger and get the 1, 2, 3. What were your thoughts on the match, man?
Um, First of all, showcase. I love the match. Um, the Young Bucks know what they're doing. They took two of their future stars that are gonna be there for a long time, assuming everything goes the right way.
Yeah,
And they knew that they could put on a showcase with them two talents. Um,
for sure.
Knight and Speedball left this match looking amazing, which we kind of knew that, but they left this match looking amazing for people who didn't know who they was and might be watching it strictly for the Bucks. They left this match wanting to know who those two guys were, which I
Yeah,
think was probably the goal. Rico again, dastardly villain, you know.
yeah.
I have a funny feeling some way somehow he has like some type of thing when he ends up with them a little bit. Maybe not fully in a group, but remember they got a lot of history together. So
Yeah, it'd be awesome to see them in matches together too.
yeah, exactly. Also would be awesome to see them in match against each other. So I'm here for however it go. Someone's
Yeah,
beeping outside crazy and it's pissing me off. Hopefully they leave.
uh,
Oh, and
yeah.
hopefully they don't hear him too much. But
I
I love the
heard
match.
my neighbors last night, and they're bothering the heck out of me the whole time through this.
Crazy.
Yeah,
But I would say I have a few things to say later about the match. I won't spill it now. you probably have an idea where I'm going. But I liked the match. I enjoyed it.
Good. Good. So then we cut to Renee backstage with Tony Storm, and Tony Storm wishes the best of luck to both Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander. And of course, Tony Storm says some off the wall stuff again. It's like, and I'm trying to remember do you remember what she said?
She was hit me with so many back to backs that I didn't even write them down. I'll be honest.
Yeah, there was not enough time to write all that stuff.
I don't know if she's rebuttaling these on like some of them off the top of her head improv, or if these are all because Jesus, bro,
so fast.
How can you be that good? Like, I don't know. But you could continue on, and I'll tell you my thoughts after, bro.
Yeah. Said there's no bitch that can scratch her back or something like that. That caught me off guard.
I think she said there's no empire that
big
can
enough scratch her back.
Like, yo, she just has
or strike her back. Strike her back. Yeah.
Because she was throwing like Star Wars verbiage in there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So she's she's out of control.
Yeah, for sure. So what'd you think about it?
First thing I thought is there was a report, like I don't know if it was last week, that was just saying how Tony Storm was like super uncomfortable and not confident in promos before. There's something just shot in there, but she called everyone slap tards.
Yeah.
Sicily just popped in. Yeah. She's just great with everything she does. But
best one-liners right now in wrestling.
For sure. And the way she does it though, it's like. And then, did you see the WWE jab? Did you see it?
No, I guess I didn't.
At the end, she said "pure cinema" and did her pose.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, you know what she was saying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm not jabbing WWE. I'm just telling you what she said. And then she threw out the open challenge. Which, did you see who accepted it?
No, I missed that part.
All right. So
no, wait, it was Queen Amata. Never mind.
There you go.
Yeah,
great press to accept that challenge. And I don't expect her to win.
No, me neither.
Yeah, but I'm fine with this. I just don't want them to oversaturate her losing title matches, kind of like what I said. I feel they did with Anna Jay a little bit. So I'm fine with her losing this, and then building her story up. Just keep her away from the title for a little bit and build her up. But I think it was a great opponent to build up and a great rising star to add into to people that might not know her and push her a little bit more.
Great start to get showcased, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, she's up and coming. So I feel like she'll be going for the TBS championship after Mercedes somewhere down the line. But
she's like in that next wave. She also went through a bunch of health stuff and fought through a lot just to make it to where she's at. So I respect everything she got going on. So she fits the profile as far as a person and a wrestler. Give her the world. No, I'm here.
Sure. Yeah, respect. Then after that, we get the Hurt Syndicate segment. We got Hurt Syndicate coming down to the ring, and once again gets cut off in like a middle of a speech by MJF. He hops out of this nice ass car. MJF then gets to the ring and he's asking for 3 thumbs up again. So he gets one from MVP, he gets one from Shelton, and then Bobby's just holding his hand out, and Max is like, "I'll give you my car if you give me the thumbs up now." So, but after that, they go check out the car, and Bobby Lashley takes that car, and on his way out, he hits the thumbs down and steals his car. So, what do you think about that segment, man? I thought it was hilarious.
We witnessed an unarmed robbery. I'm not a witness. I'm just saying the world witnessed it. So yeah, I love the segment. I absolutely love what they're doing with it. Did you see MJF's shoes?
Yeah,
the guy stepped out in style. I give him that.
Matches scarf, burgundy or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. And then also when he was throwing out the bars, we said, "I know how to skip lines and cut corners." Taz yelled out, "That's a shoot." That was one of my favorite parts of it.
Yeah, yeah. Taz did say that. Yeah, I
That was
laughed too.
Yeah, shout out to Taz, man. Um, a true ECW. He ain't complaining about hardcore matches. So
Nope.
I love Taz. I love the promo. I like what they did there, and I hope it leads to MJF eventually joining them. Which you
Yeah.
know my opinion. I think he's eventually gonna bring them Cedric. I think he'll eventually get in. I think it'll be short. I think they will somehow help him get the title, which will
Mhm.
inevitably lead to him leaving and feuding with Bobby Lashley, probably for
For
the
the
Triple
title.
B. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do know that there's a lot of stuff ahead of that, so we have a ways to go to get there, and I'm
Yeah.
here for everything in between. It's
All
been
right.
anything.
I was thinking maybe next week is when he brings in he either gets all three thumbs up next week or that's when he brings in uh what's his name?
Cedric.
Blanking out. Cedric Alexander, yeah. So
I also was thinking timeline wise, I'm not sure when because I know he had the 90-day compete.
yeah.
I'm not even looking at dates, so I have literally no
Oh
idea
yeah,
in my head.
that's true.
But I'm also thinking maybe there's a possibility, a different outcome. For example, MJF gets in and he starts doing, whatever he's doing, and Lashley brings in Cedric to get rid of
Yeah.
MJF. So
Right.
there's a
I like that better probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Wait.
there's I just think Cedric has to be part of this if they're bringing him in.
Right.
If not, fine. I also wouldn't mind them bringing back Big Swole with Cedric to put in the Hurt Syndicate. I
Yeah.
think that works too. They could
All right.
also shut a lot of critics up that just kind of past like wrestling and doing personal shit. So if they could bring her back with Cedric, I think that would be a good look. You seen Sicily
That
drop
would be
something
good.
else in
Yeah, Sicily says MJF in the $590 Burberry check muse Asparagus
there?
shoes. Just
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna try to say that. Espadrilli shoes.
I
But yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
he popped out.
Asparagus.
Yeah, he
Asparagus.
popped out. He popped out in the freshies. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
Fresh, fresh scarf, new car that you just got unarmed robbed for. But yeah, he was doing his thing.
for sure. Yeah, we knew that was him though as soon as that foot
Oh, as
stepped up.
soon
Yeah,
as his foot
that's
stepped
what
up,
gave it away. So
yeah,
yeah. All
yeah.
right. Let's move on to the All Star Tag Team match. Wait, I
You
almost
got
skipped something.
you
Yeah.
almost hit your
All right.
man.
Yeah. MJF runs into Hangman Adam Page and Renee Paquette backstage. So the talking kind of seemed kind of fast, and I wasn't able to write everything down. But basically, they're just going at each other's throats and bringing each other's down. And uh, Hangman gets revenge with a bitch word. This time when MJF is walking back, just like kind of Okada did to him the previous week. So, what'd you think about the segment, bro?
Love the segment. I like the fact MJF wants his Triple B back. It's a good story to hang over. Remember, for a couple of years, he was hanging on to he might leave story. I didn't like that story. He wants his belt back story. You can drag this on for a while. I'm fine with it. Um, I'd say MJF Hangman 3 coming soon. You see, they
Yeah.
clearly both said they're 1-1. Um, MJF saying Hangman's going to choke again.
Mhm.
Big
I
part of
hope
this.
this, I hope this doesn't lead to MJF like interfering in the match or something for the Owen Hart.
See, this
I
this
really don't want to see that.
this is where it comes into a couple of questions I have about the segment. They 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 threw you in a loop where this could go a bunch of different ways,
Yeah,
right?
right.
But I
Exactly.
think they're letting you know these two guys will feud for a title at some point. And it
Yeah.
might, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maybe
So
just to build some story there then. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm hoping that's all it is. I think it kind of tells you, which we probably knew this anyways. Anyone that watches AEW should have a sense to this anyways.
Mm.
Hangman will eventually have that belt, or MJF will eventually have that belt, and
Yeah,
we'll live this, right?
they'll face each other eventually for it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the promo, Hangman is super believable with everything he does. Renee is probably the best interviewer in wrestling, you know.
Right. Of course.
And MJF is MJF. He's probably the
Right.
best talker in the business. If not, he's at least top 5, right? So there's no way this segment goes bad unless the cameraman does his job. You know,
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
I do too. I just hope it doesn't lead to interference in the.
Yeah, I don't want to see interference. I want
Yeah.
them both to just keep doing what they're doing, and this just be like a spot to
Yeah. Stuff
whenever
they can
there's
show later. Yeah.
yeah,
Do
exactly.
video package or
Like
whatever.
kind of like MJF saying, "I'm still watching you. I'll see you later." You know?
Yeah. Sure. All right. Now we're moving to the All-Star Tag Team match, which we got Brody King and Will Ospreay versus Josh Alexander and Takeshita. Brody King destroys everyone at the beginning of this thing.
Savage.
Will gets tagged in to face Josh Alexander. And I'm really enjoying this. Seeing Josh Alexander wrestle on AEW, man, he's such a good wrestler.
Yeah,
His technical abilities and all that, the grappling, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
I
It
think
reminds me of old school wrestling, kind of. So
I would say everybody knew he was great. Just one thing to chime in on Alexander while you say
yeah,
that. What you're getting to see now, and I don't want to take this as a jab at TNA because I love TNA. I mean, lifelong fans is basically the first time I seen it, right? Um,
yeah,
but it's because now he's wrestling top talent night to night. You're getting to see what he
okay,
really can
yeah,
do. Like over there, he didn't always get to wrestle the best people, and it's not their fault. Their budget is different. You know, it doesn't mean they
right,
don't have great talent. But right
yeah,
now, he's where the best wrestle.
yeah.
He's showing you cat in the background. I didn't know
You
you
caught
was in
my eye, bro. I was like, what was that?
hell yeah, like what is that? Black cat too. Ominous. That's the brood right
Bad luck.
there. She lining up for the brood. But look, I mean, I think that's the big thing that is gonna open a lot of eyes to Josh Alexander because he's doing the same thing. That
Yeah,
hasn't changed, right? It's
I
just who
think
he's against.
the AEW allows more eyes on him now because I mean it's
Yeah,
AEW gets like quadruple or way more than that than TNA does, and that's not knocking TNA down. I'm just saying AEW's get there's more eyes on Josh Alexander in AEW than there was in TNA. That's all I'm
absolutely,
saying. So yeah,
absolutely. And like I said, he's wrestling top tier talent every night now. He's lined
right.
up beside top tier talent every night now. Um, I'm and like same thing, not knocking them. I don't want people to cut and clip like I'm knocking
Yeah,
TNA. Um,
right.
I'm sure some of those matches he knew he needed to make those wrestlers look good.
Hmm.
Now they're both on equal playing field. They're just trying to make the best match. I'm sure he's having
Right.
them.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying this match. And then Lance Archer interferes. So that's the first Don Callis member family, other than the two that are in the match, showing up. Uh, Takeshita and Josh double team Brody, and they end up getting Josh Alexander gets the pin right after. Um, and after the match, the Don Callis family beat up Brody King and Will Ospreay. Then Kyle Fletcher comes out, walks out, and then Hangman Adam Page music walks out. But then he gets jumped from behind by Rocky Romero and Trent.
Yep.
Uh, so Kyle, so they're beating everybody up because there's 6 of them. They're stacked like crazy now.
They're like
It's kind of
unstoppable.
cool to see.
Not fair.
Honestly, no, it's not fair at all.
Yeah.
Then Kyle Fletcher hits his brainbuster on Hangman Adam Page, and that's the end of it. The music hits, but then you see Don Callis and Yeah, all 6 guys like stand there in the ring, man. They look pretty tough right now.
And then
So
minus Cage up in the air, he
yeah, minus Cage.
still
So they
technically part of them. It's like that's why I was saying get Archer and Cage out the group. It's too much now. Like I don't know, like how do you really explain beating them? Like say it was just like faction warfare. Is
okay.
there any faction you think that could go toe to toe with the Don Callis family right now? In any
Not
company,
right now.
in
Not
any,
right now. Uh,
not at
well,
all.
I'm thinking once the Death Rider story ends, that's when the Don Callis family gets called up. Pretty
Yeah,
much the same spot, just different story and stuff. And
yeah,
you get one of their main bad guys as world champion. Now this might be a year down the line because there's still a long list of people who probably get that title. I
yeah.
think we'll see a lot of title changes this year
I think
after All In. Yeah,
so too.
yeah.
I think title
I,
changes is intriguing TV. I mean I'm
yeah,
not opposed to long title runs, but sometimes after like even after six
yeah,
months it gets boring.
yeah. True
Like
that. True that.
it's just always kind of good to do
You're
fresh.
already ready to see something new. So
Yeah, it's not it's like a TV show. You don't want like a TV show to go for 3 years or something and just do
drag
the
on.
same thing.
Yeah.
You kind of just need like a little bit of influx and change and stuff. So like I would say realistically 3 to 6 months, depending on what they do in those 3 to 6 months, is
Hmm.
probably a good title reign. Anything after that, you could do it, but I feel like you start treading waters where you're gonna start making people bored. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's why nowadays long title reigns really don't work anymore. Uh, it's I hear this complaint from WWE fans all the time. Roman having it for 5 years is kind of
the worst part
well,
of it,
dread.
he had both, not just one.
Yeah, he had both of the main
Yeah,
titles.
that
That's
was
right.
kind of. I think if you had one, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. And
Right.
I did enjoy Roman's his run, but um, it was honestly similar to Moxley's. You just had people interfere every time you was about to lose.
Right.
It just you dragged on for 5 years. Moxley
Yeah.
even
That's the
nowhere
longest
near
time.
that end of the water yet. So
No, and I don't. There's no way he's gonna reach that long
no
either.
way,
He's not.
no way
Yeah.
in hell.
This is ending this year, I think.
Yeah, for
So
sure, 100% will end this year. But my point is, like, just sometimes it's just you're dragging. You know,
yeah.
if something's dragging, you lose it. Pop off, do something fresh, you bring them back. The
Right.
intrigue is what keeps them. So the minute it starts being the same, I feel like you start losing certain type of fans.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to keep them hooked.
Yeah,
Um,
and it doesn't mean that if you want to do to have the title for 4 years, he can't lose it 6 times in those 4 years, but keep getting it back. There's ways
right.
to make it interesting.
Yeah.
It's just holding it and doing the same repetitive thing sometimes isn't it.
I always think I agree with you about 3 to 6 months is about the right time frame for a champion.
Yeah, like
Uh,
6 months is like kind of dominant in my eyes.
yeah. Right.
3 months is
Yeah.
like you had a little good spurt.
Yeah.
Probably a couple pay-per-views or something, but 6 months if you
Yeah.
won, a bunch of dynamite matches, collision, 2, 3 pay-per-view big events, that's a
Yeah.
pretty good run.
Right. Yeah, and that doesn't make a 3 month title reign a transitional champion,
Yeah,
in my
exactly. Like
opinion.
transitional is you win
Like,
tonight and you lose tomorrow.
yeah, pretty much like couple weeks.
Yeah,
No,
like
3 months is a good run. So
yeah,
yeah.
I'd say anywhere from three, and these ain't counting like regular title matches. 3 to 5 big
3 to 5.
title wins.
Yeah.
Good is a good title run. Once
Right.
you won more than 5, trust me, people start attention
Yeah.
span take the same. It's like,
Right.
bro, again, he's gonna win again. When they stop feeling you on that Tom Brady
Yeah.
Patriots level, people don't want to like you.
Yeah. Well, fans better get used to at least Mox having the title until All In. So
Yeah, which we
yeah.
expected the whole time. I
Yeah.
mean, we did both vote for pick Swerve at the last thing, but that was more of I just went with my heart with that one. I just felt it
Mm,
was time, you know.
yeah,
But deep down, I knew Mox was leaving with the title. I just
yeah,
wasn't picking against Swerve.
right. You didn't want to bet against him. I ended
Yeah,
up changing my mind right
it's
there
my
at the
favorite
beginning
wrestler. So
or
if I
before.
pick against you and you win, I just look stupid. I'd rather pick you and I lose. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
right. Yeah. Um. So let's move on to the main event. We got the Owen Hart semifinal match for the women's. It's Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander.
yep.
Uh, Both start out really strong. Jamie hits a suplex on Chris to get Jamie up and starting to Jamie getting stronger because this is where she kind of leads off a little bit.
Yeah.
Jamie hits a missile drop kick off the top rope, but right after that, Statlander and Jamie end up to the outside of the ring, and Statlander hits a Russian leg sweep on Jamie Hayter. But Jamie Hayter quickly recovers to knock down Chris off the apron onto the outside floor. And they get back into the ring. You get a German suplex from Chris Statlander to Jamie Hayter in the ring. And then Chris puts Jamie in the dragon hold. And Jamie quickly reverses that and gets her in a head scissors. Um, Chris gets a 2.5 count on Jamie Hayter. And they pursue him with back-to-back roll-up pins right after. Chris hits a power bomb, and then Jamie gets up quick again, and Jamie hits the Haterade and pins Chris Statlander. 1, 2, 3. And Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné for the finals. And right after the match, you got Mercedes Moné music hits. So she's out there dancing to her song and holding up her belts. So, what'd you think about the match, though?
Um, I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of the match, and I think the right person won. Um, Remember we talked about this. I didn't want Stat to go lose another title shot. I think losing to Hater um affects her less than if she goes and loses another title shot. So I like the winner. I enjoyed the match. Um, I always appreciate when Stat pulls out the 450 because
Yeah.
that is very impressive.
Yeah.
Like I need to give that shout out. Mercedes came out sexy as always. Miss Boston. Um, I liked what they did at the end. It's a way to keep intrigue and end it with people wanting that,
Yeah.
so that's a good way to end shows versus just ending it with a 1, 2, 3 and I won and the show ends. It's always better, I think, to end it with a
Yeah.
stare down if you don't have like a better
Yeah.
uh,
Right. Um, I just want to say somebody, a part of the Elite Mob Squad, called Jamie Hayter winning, and he was the only one.
you said,
So,
well, yeah, I picked Hater to win.
no, you
I'm
did. You picked Chris. You and
I,
Turnbuckle picked Chris.
yep, I had listen. I got it. No, I didn't pick Chris. Go back and pull it. I said it.
I will. I will go back and pull it, bro.
I told you I didn't want her to
I'll
win
pull
because
it.
I don't want her to lose the title shot. I mean, I
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
you did say that. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I'm telling
All
you,
right.
I didn't pick her. I like as much as I love Stat, I knew Hayter earned this victory because for two reasons. She was on top of the world when she got hurt. She
Right.
fought the injury to drop the title and
Yeah.
came back and lost a couple matches I probably wouldn't have had her lose. So I knew her come up had to be coming
Yeah.
soon. But I definitely knew
Right.
Hayter was
Yeah,
gonna win,
definitely right. Yeah.
and I was sure Hayter to win.
Um. So a
Um,
lot of people on social media and stuff are already kind of complaining. They think Mercedes is going to win just because Jamie Hayter won. That's not going to be the case. I think once they have their match, I think Athena's going to interfere somehow or distract Mercedes in some way, and then that leads up to Mercedes versus Athena at All In. So yeah,
I
I'm
got
still going with that. Yeah,
I got a similar prediction. Mercedes losing. Um, because I
yeah,
think that TBS title needs to be dropped before she thinks about competing for the other title. So I don't believe she'll be competing for the women's title while holding the TBS title,
yeah.
right? So I
Right.
absolutely agree. I don't see her winning this match. I got Camille returning. That's
Who?
what I got. Camille.
Camille?
I got
Oh
Camille
yeah.
costing the match. I do still got
Okay.
Mercedes and Athena
Yeah.
at All In. I don't know
Yeah.
if that means Camille and Athena kind of
Team
somehow
up.
form an alliance, which is a possibility. But
Mm.
I just feel that Mercedes' first loss is gonna be due to Camille, right?
Yeah.
So that's who I got returning. Maybe it's both of them. Maybe we're both right. Um, but I say, regardless, you're right, and Mercedes losing, I don't got her winning this match. I don't think she
Mm.
goes and fights for the title. I think
No.
Jamie Hayter actually beats Tony for the
Yeah.
title. I think it's
Just
her
think
time.
about it. We already had Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm before at All In, so we're gonna get it back. And
Yeah.
I believe it was that first All in London that that drew like 85,000 people.
Yeah.
So this match it can draw people. So
Yeah.
I'd like Jamie to get kind of her look back too. It'd be kind of cool to see her win the title again. So
I think that's what we see.
yeah,
I think it's the
great.
best move. I think
Yeah.
Tony is so special right now. She really don't need the title.
No, she
Don't.
kills it on her own, no matter what.
Yeah, she does it like just say for example, Tony Storm's cutting these promos and she was feuding with whatever woman you pick out the division because they're loaded right now, right?
Heck yeah, they are.
And she's cutting these promos, but she's not champion. Are you
Yeah.
less interested? I'm not. I still would have the same investment. She actually don't need a title right now. You know, like you could do whatever you want with her, and we will still be invested. Cats over
Right.
with a box. Jesus.
That's what cats do, bro.
Fighting with a
Yeah.
box in the background. But
All right. So that's the end of the dynamite. We'll continue sharing our thoughts
we
here
have
because it's still kind of early. Uh,
pull up one thing because I know I had one thing online that someone wanted to know, and I'll pull it up.
okay. Yeah.
All right. The OG Cowboy from Hell. That's actually a good account. Crazy name. I
Name.
don't
Yeah.
know if
It's
he's
a
a
name right
Cowboys
there.
fan like you, so you might both be Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
But what he asked online, I answered online, but we'll answer it live. And shout out to that account. Go follow them on Twitter. Does the Hurt Syndicate finally bring in MJF, or do we get Wardlow and someone else to have war between the groups?
Man, I'm not. I don't think MJF brings anybody just yet. I think he'll be part of the Hurt Syndicate for a little bit, and then he brings in some people.
I
Uh,
agree.
that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm thinking right now. So
Yep. And I
yeah.
kind of stated my opinion earlier. I think that he eventually brings them Cedric. He gets in the group
Mhm.
and eventually gets kicked out the group.
All right.
But also, I said earlier, same thing. There's also an option where I think maybe MJF gets in the group and Cedric comes to kick him out the group. Um,
All right.
but I do believe that he'll, in some form or fashion, be in the group for a short period. And I do believe Cedric will inevitably fill in that spot that he's taken, one way or another, whether he brings them or he comes after.
Yeah.
But it is a good question. Great question.
Yeah. That is a good question. It was. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this was a 10 out of 10 episode for me. What was your favorite match?
First thing I'll say is I go 8.5, and the reason being is I'm just holding 9s and 10s for like something that makes me jump off my couch, right?
Okay.
Fair enough. That's only why but it's probably realistically a 10 episode. You can't do much better, but I feel like there was things that maybe would have made me do a backflip, which I'd save my 10s for that, right?
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Now my match of the night, I mean, I feel like there's two matches I could put above this, and there might be a lot of people that do. Um, but I'm going with Speedball and Knight versus the Young Bucks. I just
Good.
enjoyed. I
Yeah,
just
that was actually a really good match. Yeah.
yeah. I just enjoyed not only the match because the match was great, um, but you got two young talents in there that really can gain a lot from that match, from the
Yeah.
eyes that looked on it. The other two matches, the reason why I didn't pick them, they're all established. There's nothing to
Wait,
establish there.
don't knock anything down until I give you my match of the night,
No,
though.
I'm not. No, I'm not knocking it.
Okay.
What I'm
Oh,
saying is, there's two matches that match wise, I might have put above this match. I just feel that nobody needed a rub. They're all already
yeah.
solidified. So this one
Mhm.
was up there on the same level in match quality. But there's two people that got a rub that more people needed to see. So I feel like that's why I picked it. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so you kind of get where I'm going there. I know you're gonna pick one of the other matches because match
Yeah.
quality might have potentially been better. They're just all
Yeah.
so good. We know that, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go forward and let us know your match of the night.
Okay. My match of the night was Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander. That was
Yeah.
my match of the night. That
Yep.
was an awesome match, and I'm glad that Jamie Hayter won. I've been calling it since the beginning of this tournament,
Yep.
and everybody's like, "Oh no, Jamie's not gonna win," and all online people are like, "Oh no, it'll be Chris Statlander going all the way," and I'm like, "Nope, it's gonna be Jamie Hayter just because
Yep.
they have history."
Yep.
So,
I like it.
so I
I
was
like
happy about that. The match itself was fantastic too. Uh, they really showed out. So
Yeah.
it was quite a lengthy match too, which I enjoyed. It wasn't no 5 minute, 10 minute
So
match.
women are
It was
getting more time in their matches, and I know
yeah,
that you're like me. I appreciate the hell out of that.
yeah. I really did. That was my match of the night. So what were your two runner ups gonna be?
All right. So here's the thing. I thought originally these are the two matches I thought of. Stat versus Hater, which I assumed that'd be me, you, and Buckle originally. I was like, someone's gonna pick that. So I
Okay.
felt I didn't need to pick it. But that was probably match quality huge. But we know what Statlander does, we know what Hater does. If you watch AEW, you know both of them. No one
Mm,
needs a rub. This is gonna be a great match. Um, Obviously the next one would be Osprey and Brody versus Takeshita and Alexander. The reason why I didn't pick them, same thing. We know who all these guys are. You
yeah.
know, even though Alexander just came, he's kind of a big deal.
People
So
knew
yeah,
his name. Yeah.
yeah. So match did what I thought it to do, but once again, we know all them. The reason why I went with my choice is because I think a lot of people might not know Speedball and might not know Knight, right? So putting them with the Young Bucks,
Yeah.
not only was the match great, it just showcased two guys that people
Yeah.
don't all know, right? So I think that's why I gave it the match of the night
Right.
for me. That it wasn't just about the match quality because I think any one of those matches could have been match of the night.
Yeah. I'm still enjoying seeing Speedball Mike Bailey in that ring and see what he does.
Absolutely.
I like his move set and his character.
It's
Honestly, like,
bro, it's
I just like the kicks and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
he has like
it reminds me of my favorite video game character. So,
yeah, he has like
which is Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat.
Liu Kang. Man, listen, no,
Yeah,
you can't. I ain't gonna
he reminds me of Liu Kang from
got
Mortal
the
Kombat,
Mortal
bro.
Kombat
Yeah,
arcade over here. I'm not gonna turn the whole computer and all that, but I got it. Literally got it right here next to the other one.
sweet.
Yeah, but the yeah, he's refreshing. He has a different outlook and a different perspective. I think when it comes to wrestling, and it is refreshing to see. Um, he
Right.
also has a personality that's like contagious. I don't know if people haven't really looked at like his social medias or like his YouTubes and stuff. Like guy's
Yeah.
amazing. Like check him out. It isn't just about him in the ring. Um, Same thing with Knight. Like these guys are like flourishing with personality, charisma through the roof. And I think
Yeah.
that's why the Young Bucks was like, you know
Yeah.
what, let's showcase these guys, you know? Um and I loved what they did with that match, and that's why I chose it. It's more about what the match did at the end.
Right.
And mind you, they lost. But it's about what it did for them.
Yeah.
The other
Right. But
matches, I
still showed him.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So was there
Right.
anything else you wanted to touch on specifically?
Um, not for tonight. I think we hit pretty much everything, man. Do you got anything you want to bring up, talk about?
No, only thing that I would say is, did you see that FTI versus Paragon are going dropping on Collision? So they got a match coming up now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
did see that. Yeah.
yeah. So other than
Collision looks great. Yeah.
yo, listen, bro, Collision, yo, AEW struck. I mean, AEW Dynamite is fighting right now. They're in a battle. It's a battle for the best show of the week, and they're going up against AEW Collision. That's who they're going against, because Collision been beating them most weeks for the past couple months. I'll be
This
honest.
was Tonight was so refreshing though, man. We hadn't seen AEW in like 5 weeks. I mean, 5 days,
No,
not 5 weeks.
no, you're right. It felt like 5 weeks with
It
all
felt
the
like
drama,
5 weeks. But
with everything that
yeah,
went on since last weekend. Um,
yeah,
no matter what I enjoyed, what I didn't, just the drama that came from it. It felt like 5 weeks or 5 months. Thank God wrestling is back.
yeah, man. Right. And then here in a couple days we get Collision. Well, we got RH2 coming up on Thursday,
Yeah,
but we got Collision on Saturday, which we'll be live for. So
yeah. Let them know
yeah,
too.
man.
We
Yeah,
actually got the ROH recaps coming for you too. We
yeah.
could drop it right now. We're gonna be one of the first people, one of the first teams to consistently drop ROH recaps. The show's been getting real good. It's probably about that time to shoot that basket. So that'll be coming soon. I also got a sports podcast coming tomorrow during the draft.
Oh
It's
yeah. Remind me of that tomorrow, bro. Yeah.
Yep. Short
Um,
show. But anybody that's into sports, everything's gonna be linked. You'll be able to find it through the same page. Same thing we tell you in the other things. Feel free to join in. Let me know if you want to jump in the stream. That's why I
yeah,
got my Aaron Donald gear on today in preparation to the draft.
yeah. I
But
can't wait to see what mistakes Jerry Jones makes again this year. So
man,
I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah.
I hope y'all don't make mistakes this year, man.
I hope not. Yeah, we need a good year.
Yeah, you
Our last season was terrible.
Yeah, I feel like you had a chance to have years, but you, like you said, man, your owner needs to realize your owner.
Yeah.
Hire a general manager. Just hire one. It's not that serious.
Right.
Cicely dropped another question there if you want to read it off.
You can read it.
Bandito versus Dralistico for the ROH World Championship on Collision. Ooh,
It's going to be a damn good match right there. Jalisco versus Bandito.
yes.
And
And
so
then
we'll probably see some LFI in there finally.
yeah. I'll tell you what this ends up happening to. And we talked about this a few times back. Remember, I said Roosh and Bandito both been ROH champions. Remember, I said I want that feud to build
Yeah.
that brand. I think we're about to see it. Because let's see, Jalisco loses, right?
Sure.
Who's probably next? Mortos? And then what happens after that?
We get Roosh.
Roosh is
Roosh
back.
versus Bandito.
Yeah, Roosh and they already feuded for that same title before in the ROH lineage,
Yeah.
So to relive it now, I would love to see it for sure.
Me too.
Yeah. Push LFI. I'm here for all that. Bandito definitely probably needs a group for this feud to be taken seriously. Give him a guy or two. I know his brother's there. I don't like that gravity gimmick. I won't lie to you. I will not pretend and act like I like it. I don't.
We'll probably see hologram help out too.
Hologram and Commander. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'd rather see Bandito do like some what we talked about before, like maybe put him with the Von Erichs or something and give him that like, bounty hunter, cowboy type stable.
Right.
But you obviously could do the luchador thing with him and just package him with luchadors. I just think that, and this ain't a knock to luchadors, I just think that maybe he can, maybe don't need a luchador faction might need like something that exposes it more to other fans. So that's personally why I would kind of stray away from it. Like I'm sure every luchador fan knows Bandito is amazing, right?
Yeah, for
You
sure.
need the other fans to,
See it. Yeah,
yeah.
which I think they are now.
I think they are too, especially with the vignettes and stuff. But that's why I would stray away from a luchador team with him. I would probably make him like I
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
would like I said, I would love to see him and Brian Keith together with one more person. I don't know if Big Bill fits the mold. Maybe he wants to put a cowboy hat on. Big Bill as a cowboy works for me. So like
yeah.
you put Bandito with Brian
Von Erichs or Brian Keith too.
Brian Keith and Big Bill, right there. You made them like a like a bounty hunter faction. That
Yeah,
would absolutely work for me, right? Um,
Big Bounty Bill.
and yeah, and I would like that. I would prefer that over packaging him with like two more luchadors.
Hmm.
I would just prefer to do something like that. I think it sends them into another variety of fans if you do it that way and do it right.
Right. Cool. Yep.
Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith, Most Wanted, Bandito, and throw something ill in front of Big Bill, The
Okay.
Cowboy Big Bill or whatever. I mean, now don't use Cowboy because now we got Hangman involved. But you get what I'm saying. Like just give them
Yeah.
something else and put them together. I think that Hangman actually would work as the leader of that faction if you want to give him that group I've been asking for. But something like that would be what I would want to see.
It would be hilarious if they called him Big Woody.
Oh my God. But things like that work though.
Yeah, they do.
It's like that. Because when they first said Big Bill, I was like, oh boy, this is stupid, right? And then
Yeah,
like
right.
2 weeks later,
It
I was
grows
like,
on
oh,
you.
yeah, like
Yeah.
2 weeks later, I was like, yo, this Big Bill isn't that as bad as I thought. So yeah, that would be my only thoughts for that. But I think they could spice up Ring of Honor if they do it right.
Right. So Silly said Roosh versus Bandito, undefeated versus undefeated ROH 17 is a match I
Yeah,
recommend everyone to watch. Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we're
That
talking.
that was the one that I brought up when I was saying in their lineage. Um, Absolutely. Like that's probably one of the, that's what they when they was competing for the title, that was one of my favorite times in Ring of Honor. Like
Yeah.
I know I wasn't fully in there and sometimes where everybody else was watching it, but like
Right.
I was fully in tune during that feud and I was loving every minute of it. And that's why I asked for them to bring it back. It's like, look at if Jericho ain't getting you the TV deal, like give us the fresh wave. Bandito
Right.
versus Bush again and flood their roster. Like give Ring of Honor a roster.
Yeah. And then hopefully they get a TV deal soon or something.
Yeah, I mean, personally, and this is just me, if I was Tony, I wouldn't want a TV deal. I would want them to put it on Max.
Or Max, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like what I would want is like, look at forget a TV deal. Not asking
Straight to
for
Max. So
$185 million a year.
but
Like
they
what
need to start booking their own ROH shows too.
yeah, and that's why I told you like preferably I wouldn't have a Ring of Honor match on any AEW show. You
Right.
know, like
Yeah.
unless if I had a streaming deal right now, I might because you're trying to pull them over for tomorrow to match, right?
Mhm.
But without that, I probably would avoid these type of matches. Not that I mind it, but it's like one of those things that people use against you that you might not necessarily need to do.
Mhm.
But personally, I don't mind the Ring of Honor matches on the thing yet. Segio said agreed.
Yep.
But that's kind of where the Ring of Honor needs its own branding.
For
If
sure.
think like this, Max might do it because they're all in with AEW. That's different, right?
Yep.
But if you was a TV deal, and I think CW might have offered them one before, and this was probably when he first bought it, and probably didn't even they probably even had an idea what he was gonna do with it yet. So that was a while ago. But if you
Yeah.
have TV deal,
Fox is still rumored to have some type of wrestling show with AEW. So I was
And
thinking maybe ROH.
they're working with them in Mexico too. Like the AEW is on Fox in Mexico, you know.
Mhm.
So they are already working with them, just not technically out here. We'll see how that goes. But the one thing is, if you was a TV deal or a TV company and you're gonna offer money for Ring of Honor, I
Yeah.
would assume you would want to know what the roster is, and you wouldn't want so much influx. So the thing is, like, I don't think until you say, "Hey, this is our roster," maybe they'll be on AEW once in a blue moon, but they won't be much. We're gonna
Mhm.
have someone focus on AEW. I don't
Right.
think until you do that, you're gonna get a TV deal for them, unless it's Max, because
Yeah.
Max
Unless
is
it's Max. Yeah.
already in the bed with you, you know. So that's different. But why would you, as a TV company, are you a TV network? Why would you put up money for a wrestling promotion when you don't know what their roster is? You
Yeah.
know,
I'm kind of thinking maybe Tony's still looking for somebody to help him run ROH, like a Scott D'Amore or
I've been
whoever.
asking for
Yeah.
that. I think
Yeah.
Scott Demore, and this is my opinion, right? And I don't even know if this is possible, but my opinion, I think Scott Demore should find a way. If he's full sole owner of Maple Leaf, I think Maple Leaf should go full fledged with Ring of Honor, and they should merge. Like, doesn't mean they gotta merge money or buy things, or just like merge as a partnership. And I
Mhm.
think Tony should let him run them both and pay
Right.
him to write Ring of Honor. Like,
Yeah,
along
for
with
sure.
Maple Leaf, because Maple Leaf is like a once in a while promotion, right? So
Yeah.
you run Ring of Honor weekly. You do
Yep.
your Maple Leaf shows. You could borrow any Ring of Honor style you need, right?
Yeah.
We'll also let you use AEW styles. I need you to write this promotion, and I'm gonna pay you to do so. It also benefits you as far as the wrestlers you use and the
Mhm.
storylines you could cross over because you have control. Um,
Right.
I would like something like that, but that's all on Tony. It's on Scott. It's
Yeah.
on
Depending on what he does. Yeah.
yeah, they might one or the other might not want to have anything to do with what I just said. But if
Okay.
they're
Maybe.
interested, that would be probably the best option or something along those lines.
Yep. All right. I think this about wraps it up for tonight, guys.
Are we ready? Shout out. We over 30. I didn't watch the full numbers. Right now there's still 32 people in there. Shout out to all of you that are in there. If you do have any questions, you got about 1-2 minutes to shoot them over.
Yeah.
You want to tell them your at stuff like that, your socials,
Yep.
everything.
Follow me on X at Took Timbo, and follow me on YouTube as well at Took Timbo. Appreciate follow or a subscription on YouTube if you can. Then same with Mob Miz. This is Mob Squad 508 on Twitter. And what's your YouTube name?
Same thing. Mob Squad 508. Same
Mob
thing.
Squad 508. Okay.
Yep. And make sure you subscribe and give a thumbs up on both YouTubes.
Yes. Yes, that would be very helpful. All right, we'll wait a couple minutes, see if we get any more comments or questions in. So
For sure. And
hit
then
up the group chat.
tomorrow, what are you available during the draft? Can I call you before the Dallas pick, before the
What
Cowboys
time
pick?
does it start?
I think I want to say it's at 8 p.m. Eastern time starts out here.
It's 7 o'clock here. Okay, because I got a Walmart order I got to go pick up between 5 and 6. So.
All right. What I'm gonna call you, you have plenty of time. What I'm gonna call you for is this. It's your team. I'm gonna call you a couple minutes. I'm gonna pull you into a live stream before your team picks. Not right before, but before, right?
Yeah.
Shoot who you think they should take, or who you would take, I should say, and then who you think Jerry's gonna take.
Okay. I will.
So just scout a little bit on that,
Yep.
and shoot what you would do. That's it, my brother.
Yeah.
But we'll jump off here. We'll get back in the morning. We still gotta, we'll buckle and we'll get some more content pre-recorded. But I'm ready to go as long as you are.
Yeah, I'm ready to go too, man.
All right. Well,
all right, everybody. Have a good night. I enjoy you being here. Thank you.